Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my weekend, which was pretty much one whole day of a lot of traveling, a lot of fun and excitement, a lot of inspiration. If I look tired, I probably am. It's currently 3 a.m. and just got off the road. Well, not just, probably about an hour ago. Extremely tired, but I wanted to come and close out the video. However, this will also act as an opening. So it's my weekend in a nutshell. As you can see, I'm still wearing makeup done by the amazing Rachel Clark Rose. Her Instagram page or her business name is Glow by Rach. I've always admired her work. We went to high school together, and we were having the conversation today while she was doing my face that there's expectation or the hope that people will support you. But for me, I'm so glad that she has made it this easy for me because she actually does amazing work. She did my face for an event I had on campus today, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm going to be inserting some clips here. So it was the launch of the Color Me Woman program for 2022. And this is a program that's pretty much my baby. I was one of those persons who started it, who put it together, who brought the ideas together and brought that to our hall manager at the time, and that's how it was birthed. So I'm honored, and I was so honored to be able to go back and share with the young ladies this evening on campus. It was such an awesome time with them. So shout out to all the females living in Taylor Hall. Shout out to the whole of Taylor Hall, in Mona campus. And if you're not Jamaican, that's pretty much one of the halls of residence. The Hall of Halls, Taylor Hall. And so this program, is for the women in hall, called Color Me Woman. So big up to all the females I met this evening, tonight. It was so heartwarming, and receiving those kinds of responses, and I'm so glad that you stuck it. You stuck it out with me. I'm so glad you came out tonight, and I'm so appreciative of all the good energy that you shared. I'm going to let you catch up on what I did throughout this day, how the day went, what it was like, some snippets of my actual presentation. I'm going to get all this makeup off, take a bath, and get ready for bed. Peace.
Daddy. Why?
It's raining cats and dogs, Naya. Yes.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun, the feeling we chase. I'm wide awake, take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive.
So I'm at my friend's place. She's gonna do my face. So excited.
Bueno, sí. Camina. Rico, rico, rico. salsa ahora, mi salsa para bailar, este ritmo tan sabroso, el ritmo para guarachar. Yo te canto con sentimiento y manana te lo voy a dar. Muévese con sabrosura, abre la ventana para respirar. Ya mi salsa buena, yo te traigo la salsa buena. Estamos gozando ahí nada más, que rico está. Ya mi salsa buena, si yo te traigo mi salsa ahora. Ay nada más, bueno escucha de nuevo, mira. Los tambores se están arrollando, la banda está en candela ya, todo el mundo está bailando. Ven, ven, mi gente, vamos a gozar. Muévense con mi ritmo, un paso para adelante y un paso para atrás. Muévense con sabrosura, abre la ventana para respirar. Sí, escucha la salsa que te traigo ahora. Ay, a Nueva York, a La Habana, donde quiera. Sí, yo te traigo la salsa buena para bailar. Ahora sí, allá se fue melodía. Sabroso, qué rico está. Muchas gracias, mi gente.
I don't know about you, but you make me crazy. Never got your name, but you got me begging. I don't know about you, you like to pick and choose, make it all about you. Go take it all if you want. Taking the chance, stuck in my head, not gonna leave it at that. Taking the lead, feeling your heat. Cause you're old to die. We don't know what happens next, but you got me. Cause I'm next in line.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chanel Gay.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Wagwan. How we feeling? Nice. It is such a great feeling and honor to be home. As you have heard Shani say just now, Taylor Hall is my home. I spent my most important years here in Taylor Hall, right there on Block G. But tonight it's just one Taylor. Right. You know, as you can see, I tried my best to dress accordingly. Anybody in the crowd here from Westmoreland? Yeah. All right. Anybody from Manning? All right, Peter, but just to point out that, having come to UE, if you're a first-year student or even in your third year, you would have realized that when you came in, there were persons there were similarities with them and there were some differences. But of course, what was most important was that you stood out. And I want you to remember, most of all, that you are unique, you are special. And I trust that by the end of this little talk, you'll be so empowered. Alright? So much has been said about who I am, but I'm so happy to be here. We're talking today about empowering women and how, even you sitting right here can be so confident enough to become that woman who empowers other women. I don't want you to take for granted that you are in Taylor Hall this very moment. You are sitting in this camp this very moment. Because there is so much that's ahead for you. You aren't here by chance. Somebody saw your name when you applied and they picked you. You're not here by chance, and I want you to believe that and understand that there is so much purpose in you. Alright? I'm going to be talking about a few things this evening I think are very important in terms of helping you to develop and grow as a woman. And to understand that in this crazy world, there is so much that is at stake. It's unfair sometimes, but it's also not a competition. So here goes my first point.
I want to talk about the importance of identifying and honoring your principles and your beliefs. How many of us came into Taylor Hall as Christians? Don't be scared, lift your hands. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Amen. How many of us know that all of these halls on campus will be putting on events that are traditionally contrary to Christian beliefs? Yeah man, put up your hands there. How many of us nonetheless are looking forward to those parties? That's alright. The point I'm trying to make is that you've come in with what you deem to be right, what you have been taught, how you've been socialized. Yes, you're here to explore. Hi Sasha! And there's so much that you will be exposed to. But even if you're saying that in here, I'm getting somewhere in the show. But even if there are things that will interest you here, I want you to understand that you came here with those fundamental principles, and hopefully you'll be able to honor them. Yeah? Your best friend will know you and say, you want a chance to put on something weekend and can we go free up with mine, man, because it was so, rough this weekend. But in the back of your head you're saying, but I don't feel like this is something I should indulge in, this isn't something I should, I can have fun, but let's try to find out what else is here to do. And I might sound like Sister Shadell because I am Sister Shadell. But fundamentally what I'm saying is that those grown rules that you grew up on, respect them enough to at least have a second thought on, am I supposed to be doing this? What I want you to understand is when somebody can look at you and say that you respect and honor those things that help to groom you and grow you up to this point, they will respect you. I have a friend, we call her Stella. We sing together. I love and appreciate Stella so much. She's my little sister, every good thing. We sing together, and one of the things I really love and respect about Stella is that if we have an event, and I said to Stella, these are the songs we're doing. Stella went to Google every single word in that song to make sure it is not contrary to her apostolic beliefs. It is not going outside of what she believes in terms of what she wants to go on a stage and sing. And no matter what the event, could I be Mr. Hamilton wedding? Stella is going to sing a wedding song that a Christian is proud to sing. And we have grown to really respect her so much for that. Because she not bow. You know if you know this song. No matter how the circumstances wrong, me never bow to the see a time. Alright, this is not a church service. I see a verse for church service. But you get what I mean. You get the point. And my last example on this point is that when I came in, I was first with one of the years, and the hall committee usually puts on at least 2 parties. Back in the day, I don't know if they still do that now. I don't remember the name of the party. But what is expected of you as someone who's a part of the committee is that you naturally help to plan and execute the event. Make sense? So when the party time comes, everybody will look around and say, I wonder if Bamba will go to the event because she has sports rep and you're on the committee. You know what I do? I got dressed. I took a shower first. I got dressed. I came down, in those days the parties were held here. I came down and we come down here at the time when they said the party was supposed to start. Came inside, I saw anybody, I saw the hall chair. So pick up myself hall chair. Walked down to the end of the room, came back up, went back straight up to G60. You can't see me never come before show me face. For me, it felt so awkward. It was after that somebody was telling me that party must start so early. So I'm like, then it's what time will start? Like what time will finish to go on to bed? No man, we don't worry about that. So if the party even start 11 or 2 o'clock, we used to see the girls and walk and come down. By the time they come and spin, the party not done. But that was it for them. And even though when I came I never partied, but even though it's still at the back of my mind that I actually showed my face here. That is something that I would never do. But just trying to point out to you the importance of holding on to what you believe, regardless of what comes, because people will look on you and respect you as a woman, especially as a person, to say, you're really upholding what you believe in. Everybody with me? Yes. Amen. I want to move next into setting our own standards. Now I know we probably hear this every day. We probably see on the TV, in the media, social media, wherever, in terms of what those standards are for women. Standards of accepted behavior, standards of beauty, whatever kind of standards you can think of. And I want to encourage you that while you appreciate what is being shared out there, that, in line with what your principles are and your self-confidence, that you define what your standards are. Make sense? You define what those are. So, you may have an event to go to, and for a lot of people these days, if you're not wearing makeup, this is probably the third time I'm having my face look professional. Come on, nice, extra nice to come today, But on a regular day, I'm not wearing makeup, and I'm okay with that, because to me, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Amen. Yeah? We just need to wash my face with a little soap, face cool and nice. I might put on a little eyeliner if you make me cry every time I try to put it on. I might brush up the eyebrows a little bit, put on some lip gloss. With them, I have cherry lips at the bottom. I have a little color already. But what I mean is that while it's okay for you to enhance your beauty at times, there's nothing wrong with it. Being comfortable with what your standard of beauty is or can be in that moment. You're still beautiful, however you choose to come out. Just be and smell good, and your hair don't have to be well groomed. It can be not afro. These days we don't consider that to be well groomed. But set your standards, and I'm not saying be disrespectful, because we see a lot of debates coming out with the schools now, the kids going out. How should their hair be done? What is accepted? What are those standards? And a whole lot of things going around that we need to probably work on and agree on. But for you, especially in this time of your life, when some of you have just left your home, some of you left your home like probably 2-3 years ago, you want to be comfortable in your own skin. You must be, because somebody else will tell you what beautiful is, and when you can't meet that standard, it messes up your mix. You can't be comfortable around other people. You don't want to go in public. You don't want to go anywhere. You want to stay by yourself because you aren't it. What is it? Well, this is it for me. And if you can't take it, leave it. That's how I see it. Run me over song, I'm going to go. In and out of makeup, or in the morning when you wake up, you're still beautiful to me. Embrace that. Remember that. Yeah? Coming down nicely. It's important that we learn from our lessons and our scars. Very, very important. And a lot of times, whatever we've experienced in life, whatever we've gone through, we try to push it on the back burner. We don't try to deal with it because we tend to, associate that with negativity. And sometimes it is negative things. Sometimes it's things that really, really hurt us. But in order for us to become that empowered woman that can go out and help some other females to become empowered too, is learning from them. Accepting that these things are a part of me. There's this woman that I really, really love. We're the same age, but I really respect and look up to her. I don't know if you know Sarah Jakes Roberts. Do you know T.D. Jakes?
Yes.
T.D. Jakes, his daughter.
Yes.
She actually got pregnant at 13 and had her first son at 40. Now you can just imagine T.D. Jakes are the most popular pastor in the world. Everybody, Christian or non-Christian, know T.D. Jakes. Pardon me, is there any non-Jamaican in the audience? Oh, I know you understand. I know you're not fresh. But I know you understand what I'm saying. But I'll try to cut the pattern. Are you able to follow there? Awesome. Are you able to follow my dear? Yes. Apologies. I'll try my best to speak the Queen's English from the Lord. But what she continues to share is that having gotten pregnant at 30 and having to face all of that shame, it has necessarily built her. It has made her who she is. She now has a book. She now plans her own conferences, and she now, has this whole community of women who are able to say to themselves that yes, I've gone through this or I have faced this, but it has made me who I am. And it's not that she's saying she won't send. She said she's encouraging teenagers to go and indulge in sexual activities. But she's saying the moment she identified that this was her scar, she started to find glory in that. And she realized that she could use this now to find her truth. We may be pretty young right now and we may not have found our truth just yet, why we're really here, or who we are authentically. But she was able to find that the moment she could recognize and accept that, okay, this is me. I'm that girl who, daughter of the T.D. Jakes, got pregnant at 13. And what she tried to do throughout her teenage life was to prove to the world that she could be what we consider to be a successful young lady. So she tried and finish high school quickly, even after having her son. She run to find a man for married because people look up to married people. To prove to the world that, hey, I got pregnant early, but I think no, what you have to say no. But she ended up divorcing that person. And so she found out that she hadn't really found her truth. She was now setting her own standards, being guided by God, of course. She never left out God. And now she's not just known as T.D. Jakes' daughter who got pregnant at 13. She's now Sarah Jakes Roberts, making a name for herself, not hiding behind her father, nor the shame that came with her teenage years. So we're setting our own standards and we're learning from our lessons, we're upholding our principles. And one thing that really means a lot to me is identifying mentors. I know that we used to have a mentorship program here on campus. I think we still do. And some people may not believe in mentors because they probably have a trust issue or they don't think that there's somebody who can really have all the patience to deal with them. I think it's something good to participate in. The mentor is fine or accept or appreciate. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's even the head of flow, principal of the UMONA campus. It is somebody you've identified that perhaps shares a story from which you have learned some core principles, probably has gone in a direction that you want to go in, and you want to learn from them. How did you do this? Share with me how you did this. Share with me how you used your accounting degree to become the top, or the actual science degree, to become the top actuary in Jamaica, to now be head of operations at DOJ. How did you do that? What was your route? How can I use this, tweak it a bit with what I'm about, who I am, my personality, and still find that success in a career? So I think mentors are very, very important. You want to, as well, build meaningful relationships. How many of us have friends today that we had back in primary school? Yeah? Alright. How many of us realized after a few years that it's not really working out? You know, we can talk, we live you now and then, how you doing, how your family, but not every night, what's up, you know. Alright, that's fine too. But what's important, and I would dare say, especially when you're in university, these years of your life, is that you understand with whom you want to share space. This can be just casual friendships or it can be even romantic relationships. Who you want to waste your time on or not. Who is really worth your time? Because your time is very valuable, you don't think so? And so, in these years, as I said, don't take them lightly. You want to really build those relationships you see going somewhere. You want to have those discussions, those conversations with those persons to find out if this is really doing you any good. Your energy is very important. Me and your friend from when? Why am I the one who's always giving? Nothing in return, sis, bro. Nothing in return. And I want to say, just get up and leave the friend, you know. Have a conversation with the friend. And then, if you don't see it going anywhere, I don't know, you make the choice from there. But time will go, and time very valuable. So you're going to let them know what you expect might sound like a harsh word, but what you are looking for in a friendship, in a relationship. How do you feel about this? Do you think this is something you can give me? This is how I like to be appreciated. You get what I mean? Value you, sis. Yes. You have to do that. Someone looks on you as somebody who don't value themselves. What am I going to do in return? You set the standards. You set the pace. You set the standards. Value yourself. That's the next thing I want to go into. And I know we hear this over and over. I won't ramble too much on this one. Who am I to me? I say to myself, I came here and there are a lot of persons who are from different backgrounds. Everybody has her own story, his own story. You may tell me your story, you never tell me your story. Everybody come and there's a piece of pie for you. So know that your piece of pie is there. Green gloves can't take from, what's your name, sweetie? Straw. Oh, you're a freshman? Okay, freshman, straw. Blue gloves can't take from you what is yours. Yeah? That acceptance letter you got from Louis, nobody else never get the letter, not true? They never have on the bottom CC. Joe Doan or nothing like that. That's your piece of the pie. That's your degree to hold. Value you and know that wherever you are, you bring value. What's your name, Black Nose? Maroon? You know what I mean for that. What? I heard that you're the relative of a certain supersenior. I beg, nice to have you. Alright, from my hometown, very interesting. Normally lose my chain of thought, only excited, the office where the family them are rolling. But it's really important that we know that, yes, this is what I was saying, right? If you weren't sitting in that chair right there, would have empty like the other chair over here, so. Look how you float the road and make the road and go back there so look so nice. And float like the place not empty. Simple analogy. You hold space in a relationship, yeah? Value yourself and know that you are in Taylor Hall right now. You are in UE right now. And you bring your own value to all of this that's happening here. Now watch my face. First semester might not go so lovely. Now make it not go lovely, no, hear this. But just in case, understand that I know they say done. You have one blue ball for put on 2. You have your blue ball for put on 2 at the end of the degree. I mean, I say just go down, they go collect anything where just dash away. Work for what you want and understand that you are valuable. You have something to bring to that degree. Try and put out your best. Wherever you are, wherever you're planted, you bring value. I'm coming down nicely, I promise you. I want to encourage you too, as you grow and evolve into that woman you are destined to be, to learn and practice financial literacy or be engaged in those kinds of conversations and discussions. Because it is at this age, before or at this stage, how many of you are working in part-time, in hall, on campus? Anybody? Yes? Alright, nice. So most of you aren't working just yet. You see, before you get that degree and start working the big money, remember me, before you start working the big money, learn with the little stipend your mommy and your daddy has said how to give you, how to manage it. You hear what I say? Learn how to manage it. Your parents send you 15 grand for the week for argument's sake. For argument's sake. Write your supermarket list. You left your dad come up here, you never used to eat hash browns. Go up in the supermarket and buy the bread. Put in the frying pan if you have a toaster. Toast it. Fry your egg, put it on the other side and eat it. Don't stress yourself. You say you don't have the money to buy all of these top class things. You're going to make a big breakfast. Unless the doctor tell you, say, alright, you know your health is at risk and you're going to be you're going to have to eat more hash browns. That's a different story. But what I'm saying is, don't try to put on a face. Be authentically you. Know how you manage your money. That's the point I was trying to make. As time goes by, you'll understand what things like investing and that sort of thing is really about. I'm sure you've heard the terms before. If you're a saver, fine. If you think you're an investor, you will be an investor, fine. But learn from now. Make your budget with the little money when they must send come give you. Make your budget, make your list, then don't go to the supermarket and, oh, where's my list? You take out the list out of your pocket. You do away with that. You fling with the list and you go in every row and you pick up everything of Mr. Chin have on the shelf. The point I'm making is, you want to develop good habits now when it comes to money, how you manage your money. I'm not saying you're perfect, but we want to, it's a nice time for you now, you know. Me old and grey back, I may not look it. Yeah. Well, how old we look to? How old we look? Wait. 16. Woo! 20. Remember, something told you already, you were already much time now, so unless you're one genius and become like 15 years old. You're not going too bad. I've been here over 3 decades. Over 3 decades. No, me lose my chain and talk because I'm not coming. But I say this to say, at this point in your lives, practice with what you have now. Hi, Miss Maria. Looking so radiant. Practice with what you have now. Don't wait until you start earning an actual salary to learn how to budget. Listen, me no man, it's when I have a head by your body. No, you could dig boy, I can't tell me not idiot. Talk to it. Nobody at all. It doesn't have to be when it comes to a romantic relationship. Nobody at all. And you can be that one in your circle who's able to look at your friend and say, no man. But if you get this for your pay every month, oh, come at the end of the month, you can't come here drinks with me. What you do? Make me sit down and look on the budget. I'm not saying you're going to live a perfect life, but there are certain things you want to practice from now so that when you get to that age, you know, you're less likely to make some major mistakes. You want to set boundaries. What do I mean by this? I want one person to just stand up and tell me what does that mean to you? Setting boundaries. Yes, gorgeous in the yellow. Are you able to stand?
What do you mean like when what works for you? Your boundaries and standard.
Yep. What works for you? Your boundaries and standard. You setting those. Anybody else want to try? Sure. Oh.
Be protective of your space.
Mm-hmm. Be protective of your space.
Letting people know what they can and cannot do around you.
Letting people know what they can and cannot do. Are you a space, you know? You can tell what kind of energy you want around you. Energy is so much more than you know. You go out with a group of people now, or you go in a particular space and you realize that when you go into your bed later, you just feel tormented and overwhelmed, and you're trying to pick up the alien, you're trying to identify what happened today and what we do. Not realizing that you have been in a space that totally mess up your mental at that moment, and hours after it's still with you. Protect your energy, bro. Protect your energy, protect your space. You can say no to.
Yes.
You can tell it from, I'm a yes girl. Yes girl from before me leave Westmoreland come up here. Yes girl in a Taylor Hall. Oh gee. Just was in Zamatan before the one time I sent me a message. Shadel? Yes sir, I'm a regional office. That was me. And I'm not saying you should become this hard-hearted person and you should be kind and helpful. But there are some times when you have to do some things for you. You realize that going into this particular space this evening, you don't feel like you really want to do this right now, tonight. You don't have to give an explanation. Hello? Hello. You don't always have to give an explanation. You might be an overly nice person like Stella who worries about everything. But I say this to say, in setting those boundaries, you are showing people what you are willing to accept. You're showing people that you're protecting you, and that's very important for your mental health. All of these things I mentioned earlier, none of them will come to fruition unless you're okay up here. And you have to know what you need to do to be okay up here. Now, if you realize that every single time your friend call you out to go and do something, every single time it's no, and you find yourself in your room locked away, lonely. Now for some alone time, which is different from being lonely. Maybe you have an issue there. Maybe you don't really like crowd, which is fine. But I'm not saying to go and sink yourself in depression or continue loneliness. It's just about understanding what you can take at this time, what you can manage, what you decide to manage, what you want to determine for yourself. And that's okay. So be okay with saying no sometimes, whatever the situation is. I promise I'm almost through. I have 2 points left. Be kind. When it comes to females, unfortunately, we don't know what it is. Why we don't like each other? Why will Emily stop laughing? Why don't we like each other sometimes? I'm not saying that's you. Why don't we? Why is it always about a competition? I'm not going to dwell on that too much. I'm here to encourage you. You can build communities as long as you know who will be in your circle. There's so much to learn from each other. There's so much that we can learn from each other and embrace that can help us in our daily lives. But be kind, because you never know what somebody else is going through, what somebody else is facing. And I think this is a quality that whoever you are, whatever point in your lives, can really be helpful to your own self. Because a lot of times we find ourselves stretching out our hand to somebody else and it comes back to us tenfold. We don't even realize that it's being reciprocated. So be kind. Maybe you're here longer than you are straighter than yours. Be kind. Maybe our peaks bigger, our boobs bigger, our bottom bigger. It's fine. Don't go make up stories about her. Tell her, well, you look lovely. There's something in you that she cannot speak to. There's something unique in you too. Just be kind to one another. When you share the space, when you share a kitchen, when you share 2 bathrooms, I'm not afraid of God. No. I remember there was day, Sasha, when the meat, the man some used to go out of the fridge, them flying. I said, people from St. Thomas live here now. On the grave, son. But I say this to say, we're all here for a purpose, and as I said, we all each bring value. Each of us have a specific set of values that we bring to the black egg, to New Black, to Taylor Hall, to UWI. Know yourself. You're just an ID number. Know yourself. Literally, you're just an ID number. You are you, and you're somebody. So be kind, and it will come back to you. My final point, which I may have touched on a little bit previously, is to take care of your mental health. I don't even know where to start with this one. This whole thing about mental health really hit me differently when I became a mom. And a lot of you here aren't there yet. Perhaps not ready. Maybe you decided you don't want to be a mother. That's okay too. That's for another time when we got to come back. You hear? We talk about that one. I hope you do have friends or family you can talk to. I don't take it for granted that there may be people who really don't have somebody they can confide in. And in order for you to grow into that woman that you are destined to be, in order for you to approach or attempt to achieve any of the things I mentioned before, you have to be okay up here. You have to be okay up here. How are you going to set goals if you're not even able to attempt them? How are you going to set standards for yourself when you can't even think straight? How are you going to set standards for yourself when you don't even love yourself? You cry yourself to sleep every night. But I'm hoping, as I said, that there's somebody you can go to. The university has resources. You may not want to go that far. I hope you have a friend or a relative. Over this summer, I've seen so many posts of famous people who take their life. And then you see the posts and you're like, but she had everything she wanted. You hear somebody over there saying, she wicked to her family, how she put her family through that? When somebody's not okay up here, it is something that sometimes only them understand until they open up. And as you know, as I said, I'm a Christian. I can't live with the part of trusting and praying. Trusting God, praying. But I'm also someone who's going to tell you that you stay in your room by yourself every day and pray and trust God, so. That alone not a word. Faith without works is dead like that. So we want you to believe, I want to encourage you to pray. You may be of a different religion here. But I want you to be able to be comfortable with opening up to at least one person. Because your life is so valuable. A few years from now, we're going to watch TV and we say, I forgot the name already. One of you may want to sit on the TV, probably they read news or we talk about something. And I'm going to be like so proud. Knowing that we see you sit down on the tough blue chair in a cafe in this Colombian woman lounge. Although you're tired and you had a long week and you sit down and listen to this tall maga lady. And you will have taken something from what I've shared. And you would have carried that with you throughout your years here, throughout your life. Not trying to be that perfect person, but that person who continues to work on herself. Becoming her. Becoming who God has destined her to be. Understanding, appreciating her value as an empowered woman, empowering other women to come. Thank you so much for listening.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid.
Thanks so much for staying with me up to this point. Yeah, I know I said I was going to take a bath and wash off my face, but it's after 3 a.m. I couldn't let you watch all of that by yourself. So I was also here watching it with you. And I really hope that what I shared would have empowered them or would have started that journey or would have inspired them to become whom God has really put them on this earth to be, to fulfill their true purpose, to walk in their truth. One of the best times for them to really start practicing some of those life skills, life values, and principles that are necessary for, quote unquote, necessary for a successful life. And I'll say successful, not exempt from negative experiences, not exempt from things that will make them sad or burdened or stressed out at all, but I believe these are things that will help them to make those realities even clearer, in the sense that they'll be able to identify a potential risk, a potential problem. And I'm so glad I got the opportunity to share with them today, and I hope that this is something you can even take something from as well. So let me know what part of this video was most interesting to you. I really thought that it would have been meaningful and perhaps helpful to someone for me to share snippets of it. I was trying to record the whole thing, but I never had the human resources to assist with that today. But it was such a beautiful day, an awesome day, and most fulfilling. So here what, I'm really going to take a bath right now. I'm really going to wash off this makeup for real this time. Thanks for spending the time with me. Really, I fall asleep now. And have a good night. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.